Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel.
Hope you guys have a wonderful day. In today's video, we're going to talk about Dave Ramsay apply in Australia. Does it work? So,
I'm not sure everyone have heard about that. Maybe it should be. He's quite big and the baby steps.
Yeah, so if you're new to personal finance, Dave Ramsay is, I guess, a radio host. He talks a lot of things when it comes to personal finance, but he's based in America. Here in Australia, there's certain principle and techniques that's slightly somewhat the same. I've been following it, however, put a little bit of a twist in Australian format, in a sense. So that way it applied based in Australia. And it's kind of interesting. Some of the steps is relevant, and some of them is like, I don't know how to do that just yet. So this is our 2 cents, our experience, I guess, trying to follow the steps that he created.
Yeah,
so
in Australia.
Yeah, right. If you're new to personal finance, but I would probably suggest to listen to the podcast or watch the videos, because
in Australia we have another version, the Barefoot Investor, and
it's
just similar message anyway.
Depending on where it is, like you are in life or in personal finance wise, some of them is somewhat relevant, but some of them is like, oh, okay, this area is only for the American side. So we sort of follow the steps. There are certain points that we probably tweak it so that way it applies in our everyday lifestyle, let's say.
Correct.
So if you don't know what it is, there are 7 different steps. We'll go through it with you one by one.
Yes.
And we'll give you, I guess, what we thought based on each steps. Yeah. So number 1 will be step number 1: save $1,000 for your starter emergency fund. Would you agree on that?
Of course.
Yes.
Anyone need more than 1,000? It is not, but I think it is more applied for people they have debt, they got personal or credit card debt. Yep. They need that fund first and then clear the credit card. I forgot what's the second step.
So the first one would be just save $1,000. So I would go a little bit more, I tweak it a little bit, not just 1,000. Let's say 1 week of your wage. Whatever it is, you need to save a certain amount of figure. You need to save that. So I'll go with 1 week of wage. So that way, let's say if you earn $700 in your typical week, then you need to save that somewhere.
I say whichever is greater. 1,000 or your weekly wage.
Income.
Yeah.
So, or if not, the other one, maybe I need to save 1 week of my expenses, living expenses. So everyone's a bit fluctuate. I mean, if you're living at home, it might be a little bit lower compared to if you're actually living outside of home. And that would be my other thing. So either you try 1 week, 1,000, or 1 week of expenses. They're all somewhat relevant. It's not the amount, it's more like the psychological aspect of it.
Yeah, if something happened, you can't work, especially if you're self-employed or in contract, you don't have the weekly income, then what can you do? You need some emergency fund. For example, your car breaks down, your fridge is not working, someone is in hospital, or you get sick. Yeah,
so you can cover just that, a band-aid, let's say.
Yeah, that is cash, okay? You don't use your credit card for it. It's cash. You don't ask someone for a loan, you don't.
Yeah, so you have to save that somehow from your work, let's say, from whatever it is that you're earning your income from. So step two, pay off all debt except the house using debt snowball. So in that one there, let's just call it pay off all debt first, because
car loan, personal loan, credit card,
lay-bys, afterpay.
Yeah. At first, I was more into paying the high interest rate debt first.
Yep.
But then, based on psychology, you actually should pay off the smaller amount first because that keeps you motivated.
Yeah.
So you pay for small amount, doesn't really matter what's the mortgage. The quicker you pay it off, then you don't have to pay interest anyway. And then you tackle the bigger amount.
With the number wise, let's say if you have a credit card of 1,000, a personal loan of $5,000 and a car loan of $10,000, you pay off the $1,000 first.
Yeah.
Even though maybe the credit card's got the high interest rate, you pay off that credit card and then you close that account.
Yeah.
And then from that money that you usually pay on the credit card, go to the next one, the $5,000. And then the money that you pay from that, those two, goes to the next stage, pay the $15,000. So
that's called a snowball effect, right?
Yeah. That's his thing. I agree on that step because we were looking at, no, you got to pay the highest interest rate first.
Yeah.
And then it's actually the psychology side of it. You feel much better when you realize
you're invincible. If I can do that, I can do the other one.
Correct.
And otherwise, if you try to pay off the biggest amount first, it will take forever. Am I ever going to get it?
You get demotivated. You don't feel like it's never going to end. You don't have that feeling of that reward feeling. That's saying your brain's like, oh, you made it. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. Yeah. So I agree with that steps, definitely. The next one will be, once you've done that, with all of those debt payments, you save 3 to 6 months of fully funded emergency fund.
Okay, that is the proper emergency fund. Yes.
So the first one is just a band-aid. This is the proper emergency fund.
3 to 6 months of your salary.
Of your, as an emergency fund, whatever that would mean.
Or you require, I think it's your living
it's
expenses.
In your own, everyone have their own criteria. What is the 3 to 6 months? I'll say it's expenses.
Yeah.
Minimum, especially just in case if you lose your job and it takes you 3 to 6 months to fund another one, you're not struggling.
And also depends on if you're one person, individual, or family. For us, family, we of course will do 6 months minimum.
Correct. Yeah.
If you're individual, live at home 3 months should be okay.
Yeah.
If you're still young as well.
Yeah, depending on what age bracket that you're in as well.
Yeah, what stage are you in life? Everyone is different. There's no right.
There's no right or wrong answer for this, but it makes sense having 3 to 6 months. We went a little bit more extreme. We say 12 months.
Yeah.
We have that in emergency fund. Liquid.
Yeah, we do. Yes.
Yeah, liquid in case if anything happened for the next 12 months, I can bunker down and stay at home, let's say.
Yeah, you never. But you never.
Yeah. If I need to and we don't have any income, not a single dollar, then I'm okay for the next 12 months. So each to their own. Each to their own. I won't, but
yeah, but it is just like a safety net.
Correct.
You have, if you fall, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's for us. Next one will be invest 50% of your household income into retirement.
15. Right. So
retirement.
That is for the US is what's that called? Something
401k.
Okay. For us it's super. So in Australia, the company, if you work full time, company compulsory have to pay 10% into your super. So what we normally do, we put it into salary sacrifice for 15%.
Yeah.
And then we also told our friends to do so as well, because it's tax benefit
advantage.
Yes, one is that, and then you don't really feel it after all those tax deductible, and then the net income go to your pocket is less, but it's not as bad.
Not dramatic changes on your lifestyle.
Yeah, and the earlier you do it, the better because of the compound interest effect.
Yeah, depending where you are in life, there's I guess I'm sure you guys can figure it out, or do your own research based on your age. What is your super supposed to be at that particular age bracket? We looked
I'm
at
below.
That. Yeah,
because I haven't worked for 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah,
so there's a lot of catching up,
and then I think just feel for last 2 years we self-contributed, but it's not much. But I think starting this year, we're going to do a lot more.
So
this is our backup plan.
Yeah, so you got your emergency fund, and this is the last plan of our wealth creation, using super as our everyday lifestyle.
Yeah.
So. The next one will be save your children's college fund. This apply obviously for the people out there who is have children or thinking of having children or married couple.
Does it say how much? Oh, based on what college and how much? 100,000.
Now, in Australia, you can get help with your university degree. It's calculated, it's called HEX fee. It's calculated based on your income later on at a certain threshold or so. So it varies depending on how much your income and what type of profession you're in. Your income would, the repayment would be different. So I agree on that one to a certain aspect. I mean, some people...
Because HEX, you still have to pay interest, right?
Yeah, very small amount.
Compared to America.
Compared to like a personal loan, it's very small amount.
Yeah.
I agree at a certain point, and I can see that, because you don't want your children to, I guess, start their working life with a debt.
Minus.
Yeah, with a debt. Even though it's a small debt, and yes, it doesn't have a compound like interest aspect of it, not as much. Some people look at this like, well, it's a good debt because you're increasing your income, but at the same time, and some people don't want to pay that off. But for us, we try to go, well, you don't want to start your working life with debt.
Yeah.
So we're in that stage of our life, let's say, where we do save a certain
we get
figure.
them to save it.
Well, we talk about it, and at the age at the time that this is recorded, our kids are only 5 and 6. And we talk about it, and this is for your, in case for your university degree or so. Yeah,
because we open the Space account, the micro investment account for them, and then we get them to work for us on our eBay store.
And sometimes they get, their pocket money, bonus, this and that. We try to, I guess, them to learn as they go as well.
Apply the real life.
Adult
life, but in a kids version.
That's it. So, and then the next one would be pay off your home early. Now, we did one investment property where we pay off the whole entire mortgage in full. It does feel good having a full paid off for home. Now, that's our investment property, and realizing, like, especially during COVID, when there's a lot of deferred income or rent reduction and all that stuff, we can afford to do that because we weren't really leveraging a lot of debt on that particular property.
Correct.
And then from then on, it get really addictive. Like, I actually wanted to pay off more and more. And once you pay it off, it feels like, I don't really want to get another mortgage.
It's catch-22. Depends on. I think, yes, pay off your home loan, but then if you leverage and then doing investment, if that's your niche, why not? If you know the market.
There you go. That's another video on its own.
Yes.
So
next one.
The last one would be build wealth and give. So that would be the step 7. Once you pay off your home early.
Enjoy life and help others. That's how I can see it.
So if you were to follow the steps, apparently you can be a millionaire within, in your lifetime.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that worked out. So far,
getting towards to it.
Yeah, the outcome of it is like, wow, it does work, even though you're not in the US. Like, I can see the compound effect. I can see like the projection, what it looked like, especially when you gone past the debt snowball and 3 to 6 months, as well as the 15%.
And that's building wealth.
Correct. Right. So after step 4.
Yeah, and we personally, we invest our money in trading as well.
Yeah. So the profit that goes from eBay and everything else that we can scrape, and we try to go out there and then make some more.
Yeah, invest a lot more.
So if you're thinking of following the Dave Ramsay step, and does it apply in Australia, in our opinion, it does work. You just have to tweak it according to the Australian way of doing things.
That's right. One of the things he always doing the something envelope.
Yeah,
we don't follow it. We can't.
We didn't. I think the envelope system where you have like a budgeting of this envelope for expenses, this envelope for groceries, this envelope for your gas and all that stuff. We didn't do that. We did it a Excel spreadsheet. So that's your budgeting way.
And I think it works if the person doesn't know how much they're spending on each category. But for us, we roughly know how much we generally spending on grocery or car.
That actually goes for people that is not good at budgeting. That's how I see it. With the budgeting for us, it's like, I know I'm going to spend this amount week in, week out for our expenditure or business related expenditure. And we don't spend much. Like we don't as a couple, we're pretty good at budgeting, and we're not impulse buy.
No, you always buy discount stuff.
Yeah, well, impulse buy on discount stuff, but we don't just go, hey, we just walk out and like, I need a new bag.
No, we don't.
Like, oh yeah, we're just gonna go to grocery store. Oh, look at that, I got a new clothes. We don't do that. No,
you more like go to supermarket. Oh, markdown.
It's on markdown, so I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
So if it's on a markdown, but even that alone, like it's food consumption related. It's not like clothes or toys or gadgets or some shiny object.
No, really.
So I guess.
But I think if they first time doing budget, yes, and because you put in cash in the envelope, you see how much cash you have. You're not using your card, and you got like that emotion.
The feeling
of giving your money and then getting, oh my god, I only got $2 left. You got the emergency, you got the scarcity.
Yeah, the picturing of like, hey, here's $50 and whatever you spend it on, and then after that you've only got, I don't know, a couple of coins or $5 back. That hurt factor.
Yes.
So I understand that concept in your brain. Let's say, I guess this is for the people that don't know that you just swipe, and using a credit card. You got to stop that. I get that, the hurt factor.
Yeah, but totally agree on the system.
Definitely. Try to follow it and see how you go. I mean, do comment below if you are living in Australia and if you do try to follow the system, if it works or not. I'd love to hear anyone out there who is trying to do it.
Exactly.
Anyway, that's just our 2 cents. Don't forget to comment, subscribe.
And see you next time.
Bye.